again. So my name is Shivy Williams. I am your health, wellness, and fitness accountability coach, and I help you reach your goals by holding you accountable for reaching them. And I am super excited about today's message. So today, I'm going to talk about what happens when you lose weight and then you finally make it to the point where you no longer want to lose any weight. So you want to just maintain and stay consistent. So how do you do that? So let's talk about the weight loss part. So first of all, everybody does something different when it comes to weight loss. Some people count calories, some people count their macros, right? So they're counting their fats and their carbs and fats, and I'm missing the third one. I can't think. Some of y'all know. Somebody will tell me. So you're counting your carbs, your fats. You're also counting your calories, and so, or watching your calorie intake. So let's just say, for example, for your weight loss, you were eating 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, right? And so that got you down, and you're exercising, right? And that got you down to where you wanted to be. Let's say you wanted your weight loss goal. Maybe your weight loss goal was to get to 150 pounds. I'm just picking a number out, 150, 160 pounds. And now you're like, okay, I don't want to lose any more weight. So how is it that I can stop losing weight? Because I know that what I'm doing is working and it's going to continue to help me to lose weight. So what you're going to end up doing is, if you're counting calories, you have to increase that number, right? So if you're eating 1,000 to 1,200 calories, then you need to eat more calories. Here's usually where the problem comes in. And same if you're counting, if you're tracking your macros, right? So if you're tracking your fats, I don't know why I can't, your carbs and your fats, and I can't remember the third, what is wrong with my brain? But anyway, so if you're counting any of your macros, basically what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna have to add more, right? So adding more will stop with the weight loss, and you have to figure out what the balance is so that you can continue to maintain. Now, when you're doing this, your weight may go up some. So you want to be very mindful, and you might have to play with the numbers some. Now, I don't do either one because it is just too much stress for me, right? I hate having to count, like I gotta weigh stuff out, I gotta count the stuff out. So I don't know how many calories I intake. I don't know what my macros are a day. But what I do know is if I know that I am eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of raw vegetables, I'm eating a lot of lean protein, and I'm eating some carbs. So maybe I'm not eating a lot of carbs, I'm just eating a few carbs. But the whole thing about no longer losing weight is that you have to continue to eat healthy. You cannot say, okay, well, I've reached my goal, now I can eat whatever I want. Well, you could, and you know what's gonna happen? You're going to gain a lot of fat back, and then a lot of weight comes back. So when you increase, right, when you increase the amount of food you are eating, you have to increase that healthy food. Eat more vegetables. Eat more raw vegetables, right? So if you're eating one serving of raw vegetables or one serving of salad, whatever it is, you're gonna increase that maybe to a serving and a half, right? So that's what you wanna do. You wanna increase your healthy servings, your healthy portion sizes. If you're eating brown rice and you're eating beans and stuff like that, then you're gonna increase that a little bit. Don't start going back to eating all your cookies, drinking your sodas, eating your chips, eating your candy, because that is not gonna help you stay healthy. That is gonna help you to gain more weight and more fat back. So you want to be able to, once you get to, let's just say, okay, my goal was 160. I said 150 to 160. That's my goal. I hit the goal, now I need to do something to change. And all you're gonna do is with your next meal the next day, is you're gonna increase a little bit of your, of the food that you eat, of your healthy food. Now, if you are working out, right, if you are working out, hold on, somebody asked me a question. What if you plateau, what if you plateau? Okay. Thank you, China. Yes, thank you. I missed proteins. So carbs, fats, and proteins. That's your macros. So what happens if you plateau? So if you are working out, like you've hit a plateau, right? Basically meaning I've been eating healthy, and I've been working out, and this has been working, and then all of a sudden, bang, it is not working anymore, right? I'm just stuck right here, but I still want to go down some more. So what happens when you hit a plateau? First of all, it depends on how long you've been at the plateau, right? So if you've been at the plateau for a couple weeks, I would just continue to say, keep doing what you're doing, right? Keep doing what you're doing, and eventually your body is your brain's gonna kick in, and you may start to lose weight again. The other thing is to look at what you're eating, right? And to look at how much exercise you're getting in. We are in winter months. We tend to not do as much as we usually do during the spring and the summer. Remember also that in the spring and the summer, you probably burn more calories, especially if you're outside, because now you have the heat, right? So now you may be sweating more, you may be burning more calories than you would usually do in the winter months or in the cold months. So you want to just make sure, first of all, how much are you working out, right? So it doesn't matter about what the workout, well, kind of sort of does. When it comes to the workout, you want to definitely get your heart rate into the fat burning zone, which is why people who walk, they tend to lose a lot of weight, because their heart rate gets into the fat burning zone. When we're doing a lot of cardio and we go above that fat burning zone, what happens is we tend to burn more muscle, right, instead of more fat. So if you plateau, take a look at what you're eating, right? Take a look at what you're eating, and then take a look at your exercise. So when it comes to the eating, and even if you are counting calories or doing your fats, proteins, and carbs, you may need to decrease just a little bit and then see if that works for you. One of the things to also remember now, if you are lifting weights, that has an effect on the number on the scale, right? So this is why I like to tell y'all this one thing. Don't worry about the number on the scale. Don't track that. Track how your clothes fit and track your inches, because maybe the number on the scale has plateaued, right? Maybe the number on the scale is plateaued. You're stuck at let's just say 170. And I've been at 170 for about 3-4 weeks. It just will not move. But what are your clothes fitting like, right? What are your clothes fit like? Are they looser? If your clothes are looser and they're not getting tighter, then keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. It's just that if you've added those weights in, you have to remember that muscle and fat weigh the same, but fat takes up more room in your body, so muscle takes up less. But the numbers are still the same. 5 pounds is 5 pounds is 5 pounds. 5 pounds of fat, 5 pounds of muscle is the same. So it's just like, this is fat, this thin, and this is your muscle, and this is your fat, right? It takes up more room. So let's see, changes up time. Okay, changes up time you work out. Okay, so another thing, like Jean just mentioned, that could help you, because I do this like every 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks, what I do is I switch up my workouts, especially when I'm in the gym. What can happen when you're working out and you're doing the same workouts over and over and over again without either increasing the number or without increasing the weight? Your body will get used to that, right? Your body will get used to you using the same weights and you doing the same thing all the time, and it won't have any more effect. So what you have to do is you have to increase the weight or increase the amount of reps that you do. Also remember that, depending on what you want to do, but cardio does help, but the more cardio you do, the more muscle you burn, and you want to keep your muscle. So the less cardio you do, that's great for muscle, but the problem with that is if you do less cardio, you tend not to burn as many calories, and so you tend not to lose as much weight on the scale. But that does not mean that you're not going to continue to lose inches because you're changing your weights in your workout. So there's so many different things when it comes to weight loss and even for weight gain, but a lot of people are trying to lose weight. So when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to plateauing, just remember, when it comes to plateau, switch things up. Right? Maybe you, if you're always working out in the morning, which I work out in the morning, I will never switch that for me because that's the best time for me to do it. But you may try working out in the afternoon. You may be trying to work out in the evening, right? So you may want to switch up your workouts. Not only switch them up throughout the day, but do something different. And I'm going to give Jean a perfect example. So Jean, I know that Jean bought a bike and she rides her bike. I don't know what different levels she does on her bike, but one of the things that Jean can do is that she can increase or do a different workout on the bike, right? She can increase how hard it is to pedal, right? A lot of times we get on the bike or we get on the treadmill and we just do the easy, like level 1, level 2, level 3, right? I get on the treadmill, I don't do any increase or inclines because that tends to affect my Achilles tendon. But what I will do is I will speed up, and I do a lot of fast and slow, right? So I might walk a minute, and then I might run a minute or jog a minute for, let's just say, on a 0 incline. That's what I usually do. Walk a minute, run a minute, walk a minute, run a minute, or walk 3 minutes, run 30 seconds, right? So for Jean, what she could do is she could pick another level on her bike. She could pick a harder level to do. Right, so she's saying there's 10 different programs, but if she's only doing program 1, right, her body's gonna get used to program 1 unless she presses up the incline, right? Unless she presses something to do harder. So she's gonna wanna switch those things up, and that is gonna help. Now, the other thing it's gonna do is when you're pedaling harder, it's building those legs up in your muscle. Bringing your legs up in your muscle. It's building up the muscles in your legs. So you gotta remember that. It's gonna make your legs stronger, and so you may gain some inches in your legs, but you will not have as much fat. So you'll have more muscle, there'll be toner, your legs will be a lot toner, especially your thighs will be a lot toner riding the bike and going a little bit harder. So you guys want to make sure you're switching things up, but most importantly, make sure you're checking those inches, your inches, and don't worry so much about the number on the scale. So Jean said, yeah, she's only on workout number 1 on her bike. So if she switches things up, right? So you might do 1 on one day, you might do 3 another day, and even if you do 3 and you find it hard, what she might want to do is, hold on, when you are starting out, what is best? Okay, I'm gonna answer that question, Shauna. So what she may want to do is, she might find it to be really, really difficult, she can go down on the incline, or she can maybe only do that one for 10 minutes, and then work up to getting to 3. She might do like 10 minutes, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do level 1 for 20 minutes. Let's just say that. So Shauna asked, what's good for somebody that's just starting out? Okay, so I'm gonna plug myself in here, of course I would. Why would I not? So I do 30-minute exercises Monday through Friday. Those exercises that I do, which are on Facebook Live, which are also on my YouTube channel, LBX Fitness, right? Anyone can do those. I do modified versions for people that are beginners. I do a little bit more for intermediates, and I give you something for more advanced. The thing about my workouts that I like to tell everybody is that you give your 100%. What does that mean? That means if you need to take 20 breaks, you got to take 20 breaks during the workout, then you take 20 breaks. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I've been doing it for a while. I'm probably a little bit stronger than you. I have a little bit more endurance, and that's okay. You just do what you can do, and you take a break, and then wherever I'm at, you just jump back in. Don't get discouraged. Don't give up. The thing about my videos is that you can do them anywhere and at any time that works best for you. I do my workouts in the morning, and if you've joined me on live, you know I do them very early in the morning. It could be somewhere between, depending on the day, it could be somewhere between 3 and 4:30 in the morning. But everybody's not like that. So when you get up and whatever time you want to work out, they are always there for you. What else can you do? Number 2. You could also go to YouTube, right? So my channel is on YouTube, but you can go and you can just walk indoors. So if you guys got kids and you're like, oh my God, my kid's gonna be in the way, have them join you. There are so many walking videos. I have some specific ones that I enjoy, like I would do at lunchtime sometimes. They're not hard at all, and they are for anyone at all. Anybody can do them. They have where you can do miles. They have 5-minute walks, 10 minutes walk, 15 minutes walks. You know, they have so many different walking videos that it does not really matter. Just start walking and you can walk inside. That eliminates the excuse of, it's cold out and I don't want to go outside and I got to bundle up. Let me tell you, I am not a fan. For me personally, I hate to walk out in the cold. I'm not a big cold person. So you bring it indoors, right? That helps to eliminate the excuse. Get your kids to join you. If you got pets, they're going to come join you anyway, or they're just going to come be nosy, right? So you can walk inside. You can also, if you're doing something beginning, I think China's favorite exercise is high knees. High knees is just picking, well, I got on a skirt, right? So picking your knees up, doing a commercial break, right? This is going to help work your abs, right? So when you're doing, like a lot of times we're just sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing but watching TV. If you have time to watch TV, you have time to do a workout. Watch your TV show, stand up during the commercial breaks, maybe you do some side twists. One of the things I like to tell everybody is, if you don't have any weights, it costs less than $1 to get a gallon jug of water. Don't take the top off. That is about 8.5 pounds. Use that as weight. You can hold that and twist side to side. You can do some of these for your waist. You can hold it while you do high knees, right? You can do jumping jacks. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter how much you weigh to do a jumping jacks. It doesn't matter if you have an injury. My knees, I really have to start speaking positive to them, like positive things. But my knees sometimes completely are terrible. And I do squats and I do jumping jacks. But what I do is I modify them. So here you go. Shauna, so you can do jumping jacks during a commercial. Step side, if you can't do a full jumping jack, step side to side, just like this. Step side to side. Just do something simple like that. You guys can do crunches and sit-ups and squats and high knees, and you can do some punches, right? And uppercuts, right? And gosh, there's so many different exercises. You can do shoulder presses. You can do some of these during your commercial break. You can jump rope. Buy a rope and jump rope, or just pretend you have one, right? And do some jump rope. Jump rope is great. It's going to get your heart rate up, and you guys are going to be doing awesome. So Shauna said, how do you know when to include weights? So Shauna, that's kind of up to you. Like when I do my 30-minute videos, I do exercises without weights, and then I do exercises with weights. The weights depend also on what you can do. So I would say this. If you can add weights, add them now. Like some people can't even do 1 or 2 pounds. So I have suggestions. I'm going to grab some weights here. And I have all different size weights, and I use them, believe it or not. So I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to grab some other stuff, and this one. This is what I was looking for. All right. So what I have here is 1 pound, 2 pounds. I got a 3 pound, which is the green. I got a 5 pound, which is the metal. The 5 pound one, when I'm doing workout videos, depending on what workout videos, I do this with the 5 pounds a lot. And it can be very, very heavy, right? That can be very heavy. But there's so many different weights that you can start off with. Now here's the key about weights. When using weights, I also have these. Sorry. You can buy some of these hand ones and walk with them, right? Just walk with them or punch with them. I think these might be 1 pound. I bought these from Walmart. They have a reflector, so if you walk outside with them. So these are great for adding more weight. So anytime you want to add weight, you want to pay attention to, first of all, your form. So you might want to first start off with not using weight to make sure you get the form right. So if you're doing bicep curls, right, you want to keep your elbows in. You don't want your elbows to go out. You want your elbows in, and you come up and you squeeze tight, right? You come up and you squeeze tight. Now, you can do this without any weight. The whole key is to get the form right and squeeze. You want to be able to squeeze that muscle. You don't want to just do this. Like, I'm not squeezing. This does absolutely nothing, right? This is not squeezing. This is nothing. I'm just bringing my arm up and down. So, but if I go slow and bring it up and I'm squeezing really tight, I'm going to feel that. Now, when that becomes too easy, then you start adding in weight. Once you get the form, you're like, okay, this is too easy. Start adding weight in. And you do that for a while. What you want to do is, when it comes to weight, your last 3 reps, the last 3 exercises, if you're doing 10 to 12, 9, 10, 11, that's not right. 10, 11, and 12 should be the hardest. Like, you should be struggling. If you're not struggling with the last 3, your weight is too light, right? Goes same with push-ups. Goes with everything else. Sometimes you have to do more reps. Sometimes you have to increase, right? So for women, I would usually say you want to do somewhere between 12 to 15 or 15 to 20 if you're doing weights for the exercises. And you're using your dumbbells or whatever. Another good thing, Shauna, that you can use is you can also buy some ankle weights. I love ankle weights. I don't use them all the time, but you can use ankle weights. And Jean, you can use ankle weights when you ride your bike. And if you guys have a treadmill, you can use ankle weights while you walk on the treadmill. You can use ankle weights as you walk around the house. You're doing laundry, you're doing yard work, you're doing housework. You can use that also. You also can buy, a lot of my stuff comes from, I think I bought this one from, this is 8-pound ball. I bought this from Walmart probably. You can buy one of these. You guys can buy stuff online at Amazon or wherever. With this, right, this is 8 pounds, you can do crunches and sit-ups. The other thing you can do with this is you can throw this in the air, right? So you can do something like a little bit more advanced, but you could just do this. That's gonna work your shoulders, it's gonna work your biceps. One of the other things I did get, and you guys can buy one of these. Hold on, let me grab it. Is I have a weighted vest. So I like using this sometimes, especially when I do squats, instead of using my dumbbells. So that weighted vest total, I think, is 40 pounds. But what I've done is I've taken some of the weights out. Because I think my vest is only 16 pounds. So I've taken some of the weights out. You can take weights out of them and you can put them in. So when you're doing your workouts, for example, with the weighted vest, if I'm doing squats and it gets too light for me, I can do jump squats, I'm not really out of breath, then I put some more weight into it. But that's why I like the weighted vest. I can't do ab work with it because I can't lay on my back because it makes it arch. But that's one of the things you can also do is you can buy different equipment. If you have stairs at home, you can walk up and down the stairs. You can go up the stairs and kick your leg back, right? So I can go up, squeeze my leg in the back. I do that on the Stairmaster. Take a step, squeeze back. Take a step, squeeze back. You can do that at home wearing ankle weights, right? It's gonna help to lift and to tone your butt or your behind or your glutes or whatever you wanna call it. So ankle weights can get added to any lower exercise and also to ab exercise. If you're doing leg raises, you can add your ankle weights for that. You can do like walking lunges will help because as you pick your leg up, that's gonna help, right? Okay, so Shauna, those are some different exercises. Those are some different things you can do. Start off the basic, just start off doing some cardio at home. If you haven't done cardio in a long time or you're really beginner, I would say go to YouTube, find you like a 10-minute walking video. If you want to know who I use, just let me know. I'll tell you. She's very easy. She has, what I love about her videos, I can't think of her name right now. What I love about her videos is there are people of different age groups and people of different sizes in her video doing the walking videos. That's what I love about those videos. So, good, Jean. Yeah, get a vest. You're gonna love it. So, switching up your workouts, you know, doing different things can help you either to get over a plateau, right? Can help you stop losing weight if that's what you want to do. Just remember, weight loss is about calories in and calories out, right? How many calories you intake and how many calories you burn. So you want to burn more calories than you take in. That's your weight loss. So if you're eating 1,200 calories a day, let's say you're eating 1,100, 1,200 calories a day, you have to burn more than 1,100 or 1,200 calories a day in order to lose weight. So it is also good to have some kind of device to track. Like I have a Polar A300 watch. Some of you have Fitbits. Some of you have Apple Watch. Some of you may have a no-name brand one. But something to keep track of your calories that will also track your output of calories, right? How many calories are you burning while you're working out? You want to make sure you track that because it's easy to track how many you're taking in when you eat, because some of you may be writing that stuff down, but then you want to definitely make sure you track how many calories you're eating out. So monitor your carb intake. You want to always have healthy carbs now. You know, your brown rice, your couscous, your beans. Yeah, let me tell you guys something. I grew up eating beans and rice. I love beans and rice. But you don't eat beans and rice when you're doing healthy. Those are two carbs. Why would you eat beans and rice? You pick one, right? Usually you don't want to do brown rice. I mean, you don't want to do white rice. You want to do brown. Like they have brown basmati rice. I have that. They have regular brown rice. So you guys, they have brown jasmine rice, right? Something with some flavor to it. Cook your rice with vegetable broth or chicken broth. Go meatless Monday. Like in our 30-day in the 30-day challenge that I do every month, we are doing meatless Mondays every Monday for the whole entire year. It's one day, right? Do a meatless Monday, but you still have to keep it healthy just because you're not having the meat protein. But there's other proteins you can eat. I love black bean tacos. Oh, they're my favorite. So you could do something like that. And let's see, China said that fitness tracker watch is very helpful. So you guys grab you one. And let me tell you something. You don't have to buy an expensive fitness tracker watch, right? You don't have the money. Go on Amazon. They have some cheaper brands now that you can get that will be just as good. So you don't have to get something expensive until you can afford something a little bit more expensive. Some of the cheaper ones, they have like $20 and under. Those will work fine. You just need something to track what you're doing throughout the day and to remind you. The other thing you want to make sure you guys are doing is drinking plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. And I'm not just saying that to you. I'm saying that to myself because drinking water is my downfall. And I know it. And I have got to do a better job at drinking water. So make sure you're drinking your water because it's going to help to push toxins out of your body. It's going to help with your bowel movements. If you're having a hard time with bowel movements and you're just like, I'm just constipated, make sure you guys are drinking your water, right? Drink water, water, water. Not just coffee and tea and soda and whatever, juices, and make sure you're getting your water in, not just smoothies and, so make sure you're getting your water in. And like China just said, she said she gets a lot of her stuff off of Amazon. So Jean just asked, do you use a weight scale? Like, do I weigh myself on the scale, Jean? So I think that's what she's asking. Do I weigh myself? So the question to that is, yes! I have a scale in my bathroom. So usually, what I used to do a long time, like a couple years ago, I used to weigh myself once a week on Friday. I weigh myself, and I'm going to give y'all a little scoop on what's been going on with me lately. I'll do another video about that. I weigh myself at least on once every week on a Friday. The reason I weigh myself is not to see about my weight loss. Like sometimes I do, okay, where am I at when it comes to weight loss? But that's not my main focus. And I'm going to tell you why it's not my main focus. So I also check my weight because there's a certain weight I don't want to go over, right? I don't want to go over a certain weight. And so I kind of try, that's why I track my, I look at my number on the scale to make sure I'm not going over a certain weight. And I know weight fluctuates and that's fine, perfectly fine. But here's the thing, and here's what's happened to me recently. So the number on the scale, 142.6 pounds, right? And I've been kind of up and down on that. I would wear for size 4, and then I was in a size 6 for a long time. Like, boom, size 6. I could wear size 6 still, depends on how the jeans are made. So what I've run into is, because I'll be 47 this year, right? I have run into menopause issues. And I honestly think that is what's wrong with me. Jean, we were talking, and I think that's what happened. I think I hit the menopause body, right? So where the menopause body is kind of like, no matter what you do, your body is going to, because you have less hormones, your body is going to start doing strange stuff. Like, y'all don't know it. My husband knows it. My doctor knows, because I went to the doctor the other day. My stomach is bloated. Like, it sticks out. But you don't know, because I was a gymnast and we were taught to hold our stomachs in. And so my abs are really tight, and I just walk around with my abs and my stomach held in all the time. But if I were to relax my stomach, it is like, for me, and y'all would be like, oh, it's not that bad. Mine is bigger. But you know what? For me, my stomach pokes out. So I'm going to show y'all. Let me get my stuff together. So let me put my, hold on. So that's my stomach. Relaxed. Now this is what it usually looks like on a regular basis, because I hold it in all day, and that's it, relaxed. Right? So it feels awkward for me to relax it, because I'm not used to it hanging out like that. But the other thing I've noticed is that my legs and my butt have gotten bigger, and I honestly think that it is just menopause, right? Yeah, so I think that's what it is. Like, I have weighed 143 pounds in the past, and I had no problem putting on jeans. I am getting rid of jeans because I cannot put them up above this part of my legs. Like, I cannot pull them up above my thighs. When a few weeks ago, they fit perfectly fine, and I weighed even more. So I have had to come to grips with the whole menopause thing. I just realized that I had gone to the doctor, and I was like, there is something really wrong with me. Like, I do not know what the heck is going on with me. This is not right. My stomach doesn't feel right. And my doctor was kind of like, it may just be menopause. My mom went through menopause in her early 40s. I had two aunts that went through menopause in their 30s. My doctor was like, the average age for menopause is 51. But I'm telling you, these last couple months in my stomach, I have been like, something's really not right. And especially when I lose weight, my stomach does get smaller, but it has just been not good. But anyway, so sometimes we hit an age where our body, like a lot of women, we hit that menopause, and we may not even be fully through menopause. It's just maybe the premenopause stage, or perimenopause is what they call it. And our stomach and our bodies just go and do whatever it wants to do, regardless of how hard you work. So what do you do during that? Do you get frustrated? Do you get mad? Do you get angry? Do you quit? Do you give up? No. I am not quitting, and I am not giving up. And I have worked way too hard to come to where I am, just to be like, you know what, stomach? You're not acting right. And let me tell you, I have some cellulite now too. Like, I have cellulite, and I see it, and I'm on camera with it showing. Y'all probably can't tell, but I can, with my little shorts on. I don't even care. First of all, we're getting older. We're not all gonna look like we got 20-year-old bodies anymore. Let's just face the reality. Our skin is not gonna be super tight like that, unless we after you get through the menopause stage, you have really got to tighten up and really dig deep and focus really hard and work really hard at keeping your body a certain way. So, it is what it is. I just came to realize, it's going to be what it is until I get through the stage of all of that. But what am I going to do? I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep eating because I know healthy food works. So why would I stop eating healthy food just because my body wants to lose some hormones and stuff, right? I still want to be healthy, even if I have a little stomach, even if my pants get too tight. I still want to put that healthy food in my body, and I still want to work out. And eventually, my body will catch up to all this other stuff. It may may take a couple years. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm not going to give up. So Jean was saying, just keep a fan next to you hot all the time. Let me tell y'all something. I have had night sweats for years. I also love the summer, so I don't mind being hot at night. My husband, like, I would wake up in puddles of water. But it doesn't wake me up because I like to be hot. So I would wake up, like my husband might come get in bed, he'll wake me up because he's getting in bed, and then like I'm soaking wet, right? Like that kind of. I've had a few hot flashes where I've had to turn the AC on in the wintertime in the car. Not many, but I have really bad night sweats. And so we sleep with a fan on, not because of me, actually, believe it or not. We sleep with a fan on because of my husband. So he'll be like, oh, I get into bed, I get under the cover, you are so hot. But it doesn't bother me because I can't even tell. But I do know I sweat really bad at night. And I know I have really bad night. I can have really bad night sweats. So see, it's all a part for you ladies. It's all a part of that whole entire, you hit menopause. What can you do? It's not nothing you can do. And people will tell you this. And people tell me this. And people probably told Jean and China and anybody else that's at the perimenopause or going into menopause stage, girl, you look great. Like, they'll be like, you look so good, you look so toned. But you know, when you see you, that's not what you see, right? Like, I don't see, all I can see is this big old gut for myself. All I can see is my stomach hanging out. And I'm just like, man, I really got to work on this. But I just realized, you know, a lot of times we just need to love ourselves where we're at. Wherever this body is taking us, if we're doing the work and we're putting the work in and we know we're putting the work in, then just love you where you at. Just love you where you're at. Do y'all know I have gotten way far off the topic of the subject today? But that's okay. Just love where you at and you keep going and you keep working hard. And you know something? Here's something I also realized. I just need to make sure I buy clothes that fit, right? I really do have I've always had a stomach issue. I've always been real anal about my stomach. So for me, I hate for my stomach to be poking out. Like, I hate for people to see that. Like, if I can see it, I feel like the world sees that. I hate that. So like, I like for my stomach not to poke out. Of course, I still hold it in all day. I don't like the feeling of my stomach hanging over my clothes. So I tend to wear my clothes up on my stomach and not under my stomach. You wear your clothes under your stomach, guess what happens? Your stomach folds above your pants. Right now, your stomach is hanging over. So I tend to wear my pants and my skirts and stuff right at my navel, so my stomach's not hanging over. The only time I don't is if I have on like a bikini or something and I'm holding my stomach in forever. But usually I wear my pants up. Now that I feel like I have a little gut there, I will not wear a dress that clings to my stomach because I don't like that. So I won't wear that either. I have them, and if I can hold my gut in long enough, that means we're not eating, we're not doing nothing. You know, if I can hold it in, then I'm good. If it's a little tight, but you know, sometimes dresses have a little give in them, right? So they have a little stretch, so it's not clinging to my stomach. I'm okay with that also. So for me, it's just about like what I'm wearing and, you know, and as we get old, we just got to learn how to deal with ourselves. I'm not one to, I've always said I am going to take getting older with grace, right? Every one of us we're all going to get older. Some of us are going to have crow's feet, right? You're not going to be able to avoid that unless you get Botox or something. But for me personally, I don't care. I'm supposed to get old. Certain things are supposed to happen to my body when I get older. But that's okay. I might have like jaws might sag a little bit. And you know, you're going to start having a little bit more wrinkly skin. And you guys look at people who are 80 and 90 years old. Even if they are working out, even if they are running, they are at a great health level. But look at their skin, right? We are all going to get there. We're going to have more wrinkles, all kinds of stuff. It just comes a part of it. Accept it. Love yourself for being who you are. Continue to be healthy. If we just continue to, even if that means the older we get, we can't do what we used to, that's fine as long as you can do what you do. Maybe you can't do cardio like you used to when you get older, but maybe you can do yoga, which is I'm not a big fan because it makes me work my muscles too hard. But you might do yoga. You might go swimming. You might run in the pool. You might just walk. You might just walk to stay healthy. You know? So, so that's really, y'all know I love to talk and I love talking to y'all. And so if I don't stop, it's going to be like 3 hours later, I'm still going to be on film talking to y'all. So y'all, let me just say this just to kind of recap and to shut this video off and to stop. So really I started this video. This video was all about how, like if you lose weight, how can you, if you want to stop losing weight, what should you do, right? You would then increase your calorie intake. If you want to continue to lose weight, you just stay where you're at and you keep going down. You just have to remember that if you're burning, right, if you want to lose weight, it means you have to burn more calories than you intake. If you want to gain weight or maintain, so if you're burning 1,200 calories, then you need to intake 1,200 calories. That's going to keep you right here. That's going to keep you at a zero deficit. That'll keep you maintaining. If you want to go a little bit more, then you'll intake more calories than you burn. That'll get you, you'll get a little bit bigger. So if you plateau, either you can keep doing what you're doing, but take a look at and make sure your clothes aren't getting too big, because you could just be losing body fat, and who cares about a number on the scale when you're losing body fat? Because what you see in the mirror is not a weight, it's your inches. So you may be losing body fat. So keep track of that as well. And then, just love yourself. Love yourself for who you are, where you are. And as I told Shauna, you can start off very easy and very simple, just walking indoors. If you have kids, have them do it with you. Eventually they're going to stop and be tired and go mind their own business. You can do stuff at your couch while you watch TV. No one says you have to not watch TV. I suggested to Jean you can add ankle weights to her bike. She can go up to another level in the workout, right? If she's at level 1, she can go to 2 or 3 or 4. Switch your workouts up. Add weights in. If you don't have the money to buy some weights, get a gallon jug. Where can you get a gallon jug from? Dollar Tree, grocery store, wherever. Buy you some ankle weights, get you some light weights. You can use a weighted vest, you can use a weighted ball. Also, now, come and join me Monday through Friday for the 30-minute workout, which I try to keep it right at 30 minutes or less, and sometimes it is less. We always end with a good stretch. So, and lately the stretches have been sitting in a chair, right? So my 30-day, my 30-minute workouts, Monday through Friday, can be found on my Facebook page at Zhivi Williams, Z-H-I-V-I, Williams. You can also find them on my LBX Fitness page on Facebook, as well as my YouTube channel, LBX Fitness. On YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you know when I post the videos. Also with my videos, you do them anytime you want, especially because they're on YouTube, right? They are for beginners, intermediate, and more advanced, and I show you how to do modified versions of the exercises. You want to always give 100%. Your 100% and my 100% don't look anything alike. You just give your 100% and you take as many breaks. If you're working out with me, take as many breaks as you need to get through the workout. I don't care if you took 50 breaks. The whole goal and the purpose is for you not to quit, and it's for you not to give up. The more you do it, the stronger you will get, and the more endurance you will build. And before you know it, you will be doing a full workout without any breaks. So Jean said we have fun and get the burn on. That's right. We get the burn on some mornings, and I'm telling you, and you guys will see I talk to you and I'm real. And if I can't do something, you will see me struggling. I don't even fake it. You will see me struggling, and you may hear me say, I do not like this exercise. But guess what? We're going to do it anyway. Anyway. Oh, okay, so then Karen said, thank God for me modified, and she loves it. They know these are my early morning workout. They come join me live between 3 and 4 in the morning, between 3 and 4:30 in the morning. And I do, the very first round, I do our modified versions for those that need it. I add weights into the workouts for those who want to do more weights. I show you how to do squats modified. I show you how to do all kinds of different stuff modified, because not everybody is where I'm at. And so the fair thing to do is to show you guys who cannot do what I do, how you can do what you can do at the level that you're on. All right, guys, so I hope you join me on YouTube or on Facebook. I also actually post 10-minute videos on Instagram. My Instagram is LBX Fitness as well. All right, you guys, have an awesome day. Thank you all for watching. If there is a video or something you have a question about and you would like me to do a video on, just send me a message and I will do one. Everybody have an awesome day.